DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Buoie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Buoie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Buoie, the president of Buoie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Buoie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort.
Have you started it yet? I'm not hearing it if you have.
The following is a presentation of DRG Media Group Sports.
It's time for Pierre Governors Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ram Tire, and by Zander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. And now, Pierre Governors Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Hey, a very good Friday evening, everybody, and welcome to the winter sports season on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7. I'm Brian Oakland, and boy, if I didn't know any better, it's beginning to look a lot like basketball season. The Pierre Governors are set to open up their season. We welcome you to Carroll Higher Gymnasium on the campus of Rapid City Stevens High School in Rapid City, South Dakota. Tonight, a pair of teams that struggled through much of the season last year will start the season off together. The Governors, who finished 6-15 on the season last year with a 15 seed, and the Sodak 16 will take on the 14 seed Rapid City Stevens Raiders, who finished 7-20, just a game better than the Governors. But two teams who will hope to have good things ahead, as they have a lot of transition in both of their lineups and also in the head coaching ranks. We'll talk about that when we get into coverage of this one. William Wilson running our show in studio tonight, along with Caleb Brozick as usual. We've got live ticket here with us, and you'll be able to watch this game as well as hear it here on River 92.7. Watch it also at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page, or through the Pierre School website, linking to gogovs.live. Glad to have you aboard. Girls game going on KGFX with Justin Cowart on the call on that one. We'll keep you updated a little bit later on in that one as well. But of course, plenty to talk about, plenty to look forward to, I think, in a brand new basketball season. Everybody starts 0-0, and that includes these two teams tonight. We'll talk about it with our Bank West pregame show after an opening 3-minute timeout. We'll come back and take a look at the standings and some games that have taken place already in the girls' ranks. The boys' teams are all starting tonight, including this game. There's also Rapid City Central hosting Aberdeen Central tonight, with Pierre going to Rapid City Central tomorrow, among other things. So the state of basketball in the early season is coming up. And of course, our head coach's comments, keys to success. Two brand new head coaches running their respective programs. We'll talk keys with them in a little bit. Starting lineups to meet, and also game officials and more. All coming up as we get you ready for a brand new season. Pierre Governor High School Basketball, and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Bank West Insurance agents Sam Kenneke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Back in Rapid City at Stevens High School, the Raiders host the Pierre Governors tonight, and we welcome you to our coverage of the Governors on River 92.7. And for all of those on the road, and yes, it was not perfect driving conditions coming out here, but it wasn't all that bad as well. We made it with very little delay in getting out here. But for those on the road, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all to slow the drive, arrive alive. Snow means slow, so make sure you slow the drive and arrive alive. You've got someplace to be. Quick reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, and make sure you buckle up every trip, every time as well. And we continue to wish safe travels to all of those on the road this weekend. Aberdeen and Rapid City school fans, Pierre Governor fans, of course, and also wrestling fans. A big Rapid City Invitational Wrestling Tournament going on here in Rapid City this weekend. We are a little bit delayed in our, forward now in our pregame. That sophomore game ended with a running clock, so we're a little ahead of schedule. We should probably cut to our Keys to Success. The Keys to Success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre, of course, for the first game of the season, even though this is the first game of the basketball season, not our first game of the year, but we do have some kinks to work out as well. So we'll get you set up with with coaches' comments. Keys to Success from Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's do that in 1 minute after a quick step away, and we'll get you talking to new head coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors when we return with our Keys to Success. This is Governor Basketball.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
And, of course, as I try to get my interview going, that's another kink we've got to work out here. Well, we may have to do a little paraphrase. Let's do it that way. We'll paraphrase what we talked about with head coach Larry Aker of the Pierre Governors, bringing in something new. And Coach Aker, coming from Del Rapids, but a lot of folks from Central South Dakota know him as the longtime girls head basketball coach of the Winter Warriors. as he is now in the capital city, taking over for Brianna Kuzler, who did good things over a 4-year stretch of the head coaching position, including a 5th-place state tournament finish 3 years ago. But brand new things. The Governors have some familiar names coming back, but all in all, I would say not a lot of varsity experience. And some of the most experienced players in the varsity ranks, you're looking at Lincoln Dilgis, Caden Ahart, some tall players. Corday Austin is back for another year of ball. One name, of course, is Cooper Terwilliger. He is back. He played 2 years ago as a freshman, but lost his sophomore season to a shoulder surgery that kept him out of basketball a season ago. So he's kind of back and is going to be a work in progress, just like a lot of folks. Governors will bring in Logan Whitty, who showed real nice things at the JV ranks from a season ago. But there is a lot of varsity inexperience other than that on this basketball squad. So continue to accept the Governors as a work in progress, and hopefully they'll learn on the fly and show some good things. They've got a good matchup coming up here tonight against Rapid City Stevens, who has a turnover, and we'll talk about them in just a moment as well. But of course, with Coach Aker, one of the things I asked him about is the system that he'll bring. And a lot of coaches like to push the ball up and down the floor. A lot of them maybe like to sag back in the half court, and certainly you've got to adjust with the athleticism that you have. But I think early on in the season, Coach Aker did admit he hopes to push the ball up and down the floor throughout the season, but he does want to play a little more patient to start things off, because he wants to establish what they hope to be. The Governors hope to be a nice post game with Terwilliger, with maybe a Corday Austin, certainly Lincoln Dilgis. There is some good height for the Governors and some good size in the paint. And hopefully the Governors can establish the paint first and then work with whatever else they can get. Obviously, they want to play tight defense. Maybe that can generate some easy offense as well. And again, we'll see how the season goes with things like that. And the new look, Pierre Governors, with new head coach Larry Aker. And of course, when you're talking keys to success, you're always talking about rebounding and controlling the turnovers and things like that that you expect to be work in progress in week and game number 1. So that's where the Pierre Governors are right now when we talk keys to success. New head coach for Rapid City Stevens, keys to success from Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. The head coach is Brandon Yellowrobe. He takes over for Chris Stabner, who did the honors for a few years. He's got only 2 varsity players that are coming back. Everybody else is fairly new, but they've been showing some pretty good things, and he's real excited about working with the crew that he has. And the thing I loved about talking to Coach Yellowrobe is one of the things he's done in his recent past, and he still kind of does, but he works with developing young players here in the Rapid City area. Kind of owns a business where he has done player development. He's also been an assistant coach with the girls at Rapid City Central, also with girls and boys at Rapid City Christian over the last few years. But the way he described what he hopes to bring to the table had a lot to do with discipline, with really what he said is he wants his players to put themselves into positions where they make good decisions, and they're asked to make good decisions. So kind of discipline over everything else, but in controlling the way they play the game. But certainly everything else that goes with game 1 of the season goes for the Rapid City Central Stevens Raiders as well. But really good to talk to a new head coach in Brandon Yellowrobe of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Quick paraphrasing of keys to success with our coaches' conversations that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and starting lineups are coming up next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Back in Rapid City, let's hear our national anthem from the Rapid City Stevens Pep Band. As I mentioned earlier, it's beginning to look a lot like basketball season. It's beginning to sound a lot like basketball season with great pep bands like that one, the Rapid City Stevens Pep Band on our national anthem. Folks, let's meet the starting lineups in this one. Starters are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Here are the Governors for this season's version. The 5'11 junior Logan Whitty will run the point for the most part. A second guard will be Corday Austin, a 6'3 senior. Third guard is Caden Ahart, a 6'2" junior. And the bigs in the middle include Lincoln Dilgis, a 6'4" senior, and Cooper Terwilliger, a 6'6" junior for the Pierre Governors. Whitty, Austin, Ahart, Dilgis, and Terwilliger, the starting five. First couple off the bench will include Jaron Deal, the 6' sophomore, and Sincere Wilson, a 5'11" senior for the Pierre Governors. New head coach Larry Aker is assisted by Skip Kurth, Craig Ullman, and Kelly Brandt, who's back into the coaching ranks in boys basketball for the Governors. Their opponent, the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, and they will start with Seth Paugh, one of the primary guards, a 5'11 senior, along with Anders Christensen, a 6'2 junior shooting guard. Lucas Marcus is a 6'1 junior. He'll be the third guard as well. Drayson Paulson is 6'2 senior, and Andrew Zimmerman, a big guy in the middle, a 6'6 sophomore, also starting for the Raiders with Anders Christensen, Seth Paugh, Lucas Marcus, Drayson Paulson, and Andrew Zimmerman. That's your starting five. Off the bench, the Raiders will feature Tate Van Beek, a 6'2 junior, Jace Gingras, a 6'5 sophomore, and Henry Hansen, or Hank Hansen, as they call him, 6'2", and a junior for the Stevens Raiders. Brandon Yellowrobe, in his first year as head coach, is assisted by Alexander Keene, Jason Olson, and Bennett Fierro. Those are our Envirotech starting lineups in this one, brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Game officials tonight from the South Dakota High School Activities Association, I should say from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. Tonight we thank Alan Schmaltz, Shane Gottlob, and Mike Kirkaby, a veteran crew, for doing the honors as law on the court tonight. Sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office. We'll hear from those folks in a little bit. Let's hear from Comtech, and we're tipping this thing off when we come back to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech opening tip. Corday Austin will jump center for the Pierre Governors against Anders Christensen of Rapid City Stevens. The Governors in road green. Christensen had the tip, but it's taken away by Caden Aharts, who comes in. The Governors will take the opening possession, and we are underway. Opening tip brought to you by Comtech, communication and electronic sales and service on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. The Govs in green go from right to left as you watch this one at drgnews.com. Stevens in home white with the blue numbers and striping down the sides with silver trim as well. Governors had one knocked away. Here comes Logan Whitty, challenged but is denied. And the Raiders will take it away. First shot for them is a three ball here on the near side, but that is missed, and Cooper Terwilliger down with the rebound. The miss by Grayson Paulson. So 0 for 1 for both teams so far. Here's Whitty, high dribble, trying to keep it away from Christensen, but able to maintain possession. This is Ahart's top of the key. Down low, Terwilliger, and outside it goes once again, and the three for Ahart's is short. Picked up underneath, and the Raiders will move it up ahead. And they'll try another three out on the left wing. Paulson misses from out that way as well. 0 for 2. Austin with the Governor rebound here, and he'll get busted in the chops for the first foul of the game, and that will go to Lucas Marcus. Folks, we invite you to keep up to date or listen throughout, and we hope to give you a bunch of right-on-the-money highlight plays as well. New sponsor this season is Rounds Financial Services, giving you right-on-the-money highlight plays. Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Osaic Wealth, member SIPC. Nice feed inside. It's underneath the Lincoln Dilgis, who hits one from the left bunny range. And the Governors will strike first in a 2-0 lead. I think that was a good feed by Aharts from the wing, if I remember correctly now. We're a minute 18 in here on top, 2-0. Govs did get a foul picked up here. Dilgis picking up his first on the floor. Stevens penetrates, kicks out, and a three ball is up and good by Seth Paugh. This guy can hit him. He hit him last year, as I recall. He's one of only 2 kids that are back as starters, and we've got our first lead change. Stevens up 3-2. Now Austin carries the basketball as the Governors try to move it quickly right to left, just across the time barrier, and Stevens will get the takeaway. First turnover of the night. Certainly things like that you can hope to avoid. Here's another three for Paulson. This one's halfway down and back out, but it's an offensive rebound this time by the Raiders. And Paulson wants another one. Paulson 0 for 4, but another offensive rebound. This time it's put back, up and in. And this one goes to the 6'6 sophomore, Andrew Zimmerman. 5-2 Raiders with a handful in a row. Here's Dilges, top of the key, down low. Cooper, Terwilliger, pump fake. The shot is up. It won't go. But he'll pick up a foul from Zimmerman and go to the free throw line. First shooting opportunity from Freebie Town for the Pierre Governors. Govs scored first, but Stevens winning the battle of the boards early on, especially on the offensive end. Terwilliger's first free throw is up and in. And his first point as a varsity Governor basketballer in 2 seasons after missing all of last year. Second one for Coop. That one rims in and out, no good, or rattles is more like it. Or more specific, rebound is down to Lucas Marcus, and the Raiders with a 5-3 lead and the ball. Just across the timeline, Marcus goes far side. Lobs it back this way, a tip effort by Paw to try to get it down to Paulson on the wing. But that one will miss and go out of bounds. Larry Aker with the pickup. Give the coach a steal on that one. 5-3. Stevens will show some man pressure. Austin's able to bring it up across the timeline, though. Far side, and Austin looking for the alley-oop, and he makes a great adjustment in midair. Logan Whitty with the assist. Corday Austin, he wanted to jam it. The pass wasn't quite conducive to that, but Austin went up and got it, and he was able to finger roll it off the glass and in. We're tied at 5-5. Drayson Paulson. This kid apparently has never met a shot he doesn't like. He hits his first in 5 tries, but this one from NBA range on the top of the key. And it's 8-5 Stevens. Here's a Paw steal up ahead, but Dilges will take it back. And now Lincoln up ahead. Back-to-back steals. Austin for 3 to tie it, and it's good. The feed to Whitty. Corday Austin has run up 5 in a row for the Governors, and it's 8-8. We are off and running. 4:30 to play here in the first quarter. On the move is Marcus. He picks his dribble up. Now Paw, near side. This is Christensen. That 3 ball is in and out and back in again. Anders Christensen. It's the 3rd triple of the first quarter for Stevens. Trying to pick up on game number 1 from last year. And, yeah, it does seem like Stevens loves to shoot the 3. Underneath, Terwilliger kicks out, and now driving it is Caden Aharts, who takes a push. And as the whistle blows and he comes to a stop, it looked like he twisted his knee a little bit. He's down. He picks himself back up. And we will have our first substitutions of the night. Foul on the board is the 2nd personal for Lucas Marcus, 3rd overall for Stevens as a team. As Aharts will come out, he'll get a break. And we'll see who came in. Here's Austin. And an alley-oop on the inbound. Who came in was Jaron Deal, and he feeds to Austin, but Austin is fouled in the act. So Corday to the free throw line to shoot 2, and the substitution for Stevens brought in Uriah Janice, a 5'10 junior, for the first time, and he is the guilty party with the foul. Austin to shoot a pair. The first one is up and good. Stevens has brought a great contingent, especially in the student body, on this end of the floor where Austin shooting free throws, and they've been very loud so far. 4 minutes to go. First quarter, second one for Austin is good. The Govs are 3 for 4 from the stripe, but they trail 11-10. So welcome to the season. Girls game, by the way, on KGFX. Justin Cowart on the call on that. He gave me a 26-13 Stevens advantage when it was halftime. Here's Anders Christensen. Floater from the left side, no good, but he got his own rebound. Now Paulson wants to try another 3, but he won't get that one either. Terwilliger rebounds for the Governors. And they have a chance to take the lead back. Deal will run point now, but he'll give it off to Logan Whitty. Whitty to Austin on the far side. And coverage here by Stevens, and this pass is taken away by Seth Paugh. Paugh against Austin, and he just lays it up and in. Corday Austin wanted to play it safe on that one, but Seth Paugh turns a takeaway into points for the Raiders, and they lead by 3 again, 13-10. 3 minutes to play. We're in the first quarter. Season underway as of tonight, officially. Here's Terwilliger, top of the key. Now Whitty, near side in front of the Raider bench. Tried to dribble behind the back, lost it, but picks it back up. Austin has it back again, working against Janice. He crosses over in between the legs, drives, and picks up the foul. Misses the layup on the left side, but Corday Austin will go to the free throw line once again. The other day, I had a 3-year Facebook memory that popped up, and 3 years ago to the day, which was a few days ago, the Governors had a big game with a whole lot of dunks against Rapid City Central at Riggs High Gym. Kind of gave us some good memories there, but that was 72 dunks that year. I don't know if we're going to see 72 dunks this season, but there are some young men on this Pierre squad who can throw them down, and the guy at the free throw line is Exhibit A in Corday Austin. Even though he went 2 for 2 on his first trip to the line, he misses this one. The first one, the second one off the mark, but there is Jaron Deal to pick up the rebound and put it back up and in. Second chance basket for Deal. The foul went to Janice, his second personal. Now Austin will take a steal away, fake the pass. He'll get around the defender and put the finger roll up and in. And Corday Austin is out to a 9-point effort in the first quarter. The Governors lead for the second time. It's 14-13. That's short-lived, though. This time Paulson gives it off, and it is Uriah Janice, the fourth Stevens Raider, to put a three-pointer down. Back to the Raiders up front, 16-14. 2 minutes to go now, quarter number 1. Pick and roll as Austin's pass comes up short, and it's tipped, taken away. Paul with the reverse, no good. Janice with the second chance, will not go. Austin rebounds here. That steal by a new player in on the floor for the Raiders, and that is Hank Hansen. Couple of opportunities as the Raiders, though, come up short. Here's Terwilliger underneath, and the reverse is good. Nice feed, Cooper Terwilliger. Caden Aharts with the finish. And we're tied for the third time at 16-16. Now a deep three here for Christensen. Long rebound. Tipped out by Paulson. Bit of a brick there for Christensen. Paulson gets it back. He'll fire one from deep. That three ball's no good. And another offensive rebound by a smaller player for the Raiders. Seth Paugh will give the Raiders a third opportunity. Paulson, quick fire. This one from about, well, up around Nemo, I think. That one is a long ways away. And sooner or later, Drayson Paulson is either going to catch his rhythm or he's going to realize that maybe he's a little bit out of range. 1 out of 8 so far from long range. Governors will have it here in the final minute with a 16-16 tie, quarter number 1. Those offensive rebounds do keep coming, and some of the steals as well. A near steal here by Tate Van Beek on the floor off the bench. Oh, we've got a push off here called against Caden Aharts as he came to a jump stop. Looked like he wanted to shoot, but right there, it was Shane Gottlob to call him for the push and the offensive foul. Turnover number 5 for the Governors. And Aharts picks up his first personal, only the second team foul for the Govs. Stevens has 5 so far here in the first quarter. 35 ticks to go, quarter number 1. Grayson Paulson covered by Sincere Wilson momentarily. Governors in a 2-3 zone right now. Wilson in the mix inside. They kick it out, and a 3-ball for Paugh is no good. Aharts will rebound this time. Governors on the move. They have time, but the shot clock will be off. 15 seconds to go. Inside, it goes to Deal. Fed by Austin. The Governors take an 18-16 lead. Jaron Deal's second bucket. And here's a travel, and the Governors will get one more possession. Travel on Seth Paugh on the top of the key as they turn it over for the 4th time. Then Pierre will have about 3/4 of the length of the floor to go here. And the Raiders will send in Jace Gingras for the first time tonight. Paul will get a break to close out the quarter. 18-16 Governors. Inbound comes to Sincere Wilson. They'll have to move quickly. Wilson going to heave one from half court, and a little bit short. That'll do it. Quarter number 1 and 8 minutes of basketball in the books. But on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors will take a 2-point lead to quarter number 2. 18-16, Govs on top. Scoreboard's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's pause for 60 seconds, and we go to the second. When we return to Pierre Governor Basketball, your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
A lot of up and down play. Some fine plays made, but some plays that need some work as well for both of these teams tonight. Stevens with the first possession of our second quarter. Welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium. The Raiders work it into Jace Gingras, but he'll come up short on the left-handed hook. Cooper Terwilliger down with a rebound. Here up by 2, looking for more as that's Ahart's looking for 3, but won't get it. Cooper is there. Terwilliger with the offensive rebound. And then, as they tried to pass it away, Paulson will get him on the wrist, and that's a foul to the Raiders. Their first of the second quarter. Again, recent rule change, not this year. I think this is the third year of these new rules. Fouls reset when a quarter starts over. Terwilliger trying to post up off the left block. He'll spin and shoot over the top of the defender, Henry Hansen, but it is off the mark, no good. Rebound down to Stevens, and they work it up the floor quickly underneath. A chance for Hansen, maybe 2, or Van Beek rather. But Governors are fouled on the way up the floor. And this will be Anders Christensen with his first. A little bit of a slowing of play here. We get a chance to catch our breaths here. Talked about first game of the basketball season. It is always a night when it seems like we've got to work some kinks out. And for me, I've got to kind of try to keep up with the pace of play as well. Get in a rhythm, so to speak. Governors work it inside on the give and go, but it is Logan Whitty who comes up short. Rebound down to the Raiders. They work it around. 18-16, first minute gone by in the second quarter. No scoring yet. This is still our end of first quarter score. Raiders try to work it inside, but the pass is off the mark, and it's a takeaway for Austin. Corday up ahead. Goaltending will go against the Raiders, and oddly enough, the block of the shot by Jace Gingras ended up going in anyway. They call a foul here. I don't know if they had, now that I think about this, I don't know if they were going to call goaltending or not. So that might have been a little bit of a helper. Gingras blocks it off the square, and it falls through for Lincoln Dilgis. He'll get the bucket. And again, all of that started with a steal by Corday Austin. Dilgis' free throw, however, for the and one opportunity is no good. Stevens down with it. The Governors have their biggest lead of the early night so far, 20-16. Here's Christensen for 3, off the mark, and the rebound is knocked away, last touched by Hank Hansen of the Raiders. Stevens continues to try three-pointers. They were 4 of 11 in the first quarter. They've got the kids that can hit them, and they're going to continue shooting. I do always say shooters got to keep on shooting, but some of them have been on the mark but have rattled out. Some of them haven't really been on the mark at all. A lot of them have been real quick fire. Austin setting up the offense. His first pass to Whitty. He comes back to the top of the key. 6:10 to play here in the second quarter. Back to Austin, quickly underneath off the right block. Terwilliger double teamed. He'll kick it out. Aharts from the corner drives. Terwilliger keeps it alive. That's an offensive rebound off the miss. Outside as Whitty tries a three. That's no good. Then it's tipped back to Whitty. Now Aharts on the wing left side. That's in and out. No good. Austin trying for a board. That gets away. Terwilliger has another one. Now inside it goes. The Governors still can't get it. There's Corday Austin. How about a fourth or maybe a fifth offensive rebound at long last? The Governors put one home. Seemed like everybody was missing shots there for the Govs. And an air ball three by Paulson, picked off underneath by Corday Austin. The Governors back with it, leading 22-16. Gilgis up top, down to the wing. Terwilliger tries to spin back on a post move inside. We'll have a loose ball. And it touches the end line, and Terwilliger is the last to touch. It'll be ruled Raider basketball. 5:14 to play. So Stevens, by my count, had 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. The Governors, obviously, in that quarter break, probably Coach Aker was preaching. You've got to get some more rebounds. This may be on the offensive side of things. Well, the Govs have come out in the second period and have done a much better job of that. And their defense is stiffening as well. Stevens' first pass to set up the offense misfires, and it's out of bounds. It's Governor ball this time. Terwilliger will check out. And Jaron Deal will step on for the second time tonight. 22-16. The Governors own a 4-0 advantage so far here in the second quarter, which is now 3 minutes gone by. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Aharts to set things up this time. It'll go to Austin now, back to the top of the key. Corday looking left side, gives it back to Dilgis. Nowhere to shoot from the free throw line. He finds Deal in the corner, driving baseline. Back outside, Dilgis with a long two that will airball, and it's picked off underneath. Rebound down to the Raiders. Stop and a right elbow jumper. This time won't go for Lucas Marcus. Austin with the rebound and a foul on the far sideline on the way up the floor. That'll go to Van Beek. Third foul in the quarter for the Raiders. This is Tate Van Beek's second personal. In fact, that makes it 4 team fouls. The Governors haven't been dinged yet here in quarter number 2. 4:25 to play. That's a lot of time to go. With the Governors now in the bonus the rest of the way toward halftime. Looking to add to a 6-point advantage, 22-16. Motion for the Governors. Pass inside to Aharts, knocked away by Marcus. Caden will inbound from the corner. Right in front of the Pep Band's roost. And before the inbound, Coach Larry Aker will take his first timeout as a Pierre Governor head coach. 30-second timeout at that. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre as we step aside for 30, and we're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty
is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
One of the Pierre Governor basketball season. It's Stevens tonight. Tomorrow's game at Rapid City Central will tip off at 12:30 Mountain Time, 1:30 Central, so we'll be on the air, expected, at about 1 o'clock here on River 92.7. We still got 4 minutes and change to go before halftime. Governor's still with the basketball after taking their first time out of the night. Aharts around defenders, throws one up and will miss fire. That was a good drive, but the shot off the mark. taken down by the Raiders. They'll try another three, and it's another long rebound off the back of the rim from Anders Christensen off the miss. The rebound down to the Governors and Logan Whitty. Governors have a mini fast break opportunity. Here's a jump hook for Terwilliger that won't go. He's fighting and collecting his own rebound, then too strong on the putback. But the rebound tipped out. Austin with a reverse for three. I should say for number three. A reverse layup good with a left hand. The Governors lead 24-16. Trying a jam as Stevens, they'll miss. Offensive rebound, and the putback won't go either. It was 21. Gingras who misses the slam. Andrew Zimmerman misses the putback, and the Governors with the rebound again. There's a nice pass from Whitty. Back door. Jaron Deal, left side. That's up and good. And the Governors are on a scoring run right now, 26-16. In fact, they've scored 12 points in a row going back to the tail end of quarter number one. 2:45 counting down here in the second. Stevens still looking for their first output, or input, as you might say. Putting a ball in the hoop. And sure enough, as we've got a foul or a whistle on the floor, which is a Pierre foul that goes to Jaron Deal, that's when Stevens fires a three and hits it. But it was well after the whistle from Lucas Marcus. Foul on Jaron Deal, his first, and the first team foul for the Governors in the second period. 2:41, the inbound comes from underneath on the left side for the Raiders. Out to Gingras, now to Anders Christensen. This is Zimmerman, top of the key, and that shot is blocked by Deal. The 6-footer blocks the 6'6 shooter. And the rebound down to the Governors. Terwilliger wants to drive. He stops and can't get the shot to go. Cooper having trouble getting some shots to fall, but the Governors still keep plays alive. Now Deal with the loose ball. He drives and is fouled by Zimmerman, and will go to the free throw line. That one puts Pierre in the bonus, but this one in the act of shooting anyway, so two shots coming nonetheless for Jaron Deal. When you talk about Jaron Deal and Cooper Terwilliger, of course, the last time we were with you on the broadcast, it was guys like that leading the Pierre Governors to another state football championship. Congratulations to them. Deal, the other night, an awards night for the Governors, was named as co-MVP along with Carter Shufflebein of that state championship football team. 27-16. Deal hit the first but misses the second. Stevens with the basketball now. 6 minutes into the second quarter. They're still looking for some points in this quarter. On the move is Paw. Floater is up and good, and they'll count it. There's a foul called on the Governors. And I would say when Rapid City Stevens needs a leader, they're going to find it in this young man right here, the 5'11 senior, Seth Paw. For Stevens, he gets the shot to go. The foul goes to Deal. That'll be his second. Jaron will check out, as will Sincere Wilson, who was in there briefly. Starting five is replenished on the floor for the Governors. A rebound that comes off the back of the rim. Paul will follow it to the far side and pick up the offensive board off the miss from the free throw stripe. Now a three for Anders Christensen that won't go. Governors with the rebound this time. Here is Aharts. Out to Logan Whitty near side, an open baseline jumper opportunity, but that one he was kind of fading. I think he was expecting more defense than what there actually was, and the rebound comes down to Stevens instead. 27-18, that last bucket by the Raiders ended a 12-point run by the Govs. Meanwhile, Gingras loses his footing and loses the basketball. The Governors coming away with it. The pass up the floor, tipped away and out of bounds at the Raider bench. 1:17 to go, second quarter. 27-18. Govs on top here in the foothills. Govs working inside. Terwilliger, boy, good job defending by Zimmerman. Cooper still can't get a bucket to fall, but the loose ball picked up by Dilgis. He'll step out and try to hit one from the perimeter, but is unable to do so. Stevens back with it. Paw setting things up. Seth open from the top of the key and swishes it. first 3 and 6 tries for the Raiders in the second quarter, 27-21. Suddenly they've scored 5 in a row, and it's a 6-point game. But coming right back is Aharts, and he'll put it up and in from the middle of the paint. 29-21. Caden Aharts with his second basket of the night. From the corner, Christensen, that's no good. 4-3, Zimmerman with a foul over the top of Terwilliger. On the rebound, Zimmerman hit his first three-pointer of the night, but has missed 5 in a row. This foul will send Terwilliger to the free throw line. Cooper T with 1 point so far has struggled to get the ball to fall from close range, but of course every time he's had his hands on the basketball, he's been closely guarded. Stevens has defended him pretty well. Third foul here for the big man for the Raiders, though, Zimmerman. Terwilliger's first of 2 is good. Brandon Yellowrobe will go 3 for 3 on the switch. Grayson Paulson is in. Hank Hansen will check back in. Terwilliger 1 down, 1 to go. 29 seconds left here. Second quarter. This one's off the back of the rim. Nice rebound up high for Logan Whitty. Offensive second chance here for the Governors, but now bodies on the floor, far side. And Mike Kirkaby in there to make a call, but as Whitty comes away, and it looks like he's got some blood. That's what Mr. Kirkaby saw. Had a good chat with him before this game. So it is Whitty bleeding from the nose. He'll check out probably for the rest of this first half. And Sincere Wilson, the 5'11 senior, is back in. 30-21. Govs lead by 9 here. 23 seconds to go. Shot clock is off, and now there's miscommunication. This is an easy opportunity for Anders Christensen, and will take the layup off of the steal. The inbound from Caden Aharts, trying to get it to Corday Austin, who zigged when he should have zagged in the mind of Aharts. 30-23, Pierre with a chance, and we've got a moving screen that is going to be called on Lincoln Dilgis. Dilgis raises his hand. There's a backstory to that. I was talking to his old man, and Jason said, yeah, that's what we used to do. We raised our hands when we got called for the foul, so it's kind of neat to say Lincoln raise his hand too. And now where the Governors had an inbound pass with miscommunication a short time ago, the Raiders return the favor as Christensen unable to hook up with Seth Paugh. They throw it away, and the Governors have it under the basket with 3.9 seconds to go, looking for a bucket to close out the quarter and the half. It's into Austin. Well, he'll rush it from the corner, and it's rebounded underneath. And that is how our first half will come to an end. Good first half, good second quarter for the Pierre Governors. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors lead the home team, the Stevens Raiders, 30-23. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we'll pause for 3 minutes and go to break. Our halftime sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial. Find them on East Sioux Avenue in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza in Pierre. 3 minutes, and the Governors leading by 7. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson Auto, our legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by
Welcome
accident.
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Middle schoolers in the basketball program, they've got the day off tomorrow. Snow day. Meanwhile, we'll go to the second half as the Raiders have the alternating possession. Second half throw in like the opening tip will be brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. Governors in green, they'll move left to right here in this second half. The Raiders in home white with the blue trim. Numbers, letters, striping down the back, moving from right to left. And we're underway here in quarter number 3. As the Raiders work it inside, outside, now back underneath. And Anders Christensen with a nice finish off of a good feed from Lucas Marcus. Christensen off the glass and in. And the Governor lead cut to 5 at 30-25 of their first possession here in our second half. Brian Oakland play-by-play, Caleb Brozick on camera. You can watch it thanks to him at drgnews.com with William Wilson running the show for audio production in our River 92.7 studios. Governor basketball again. You'll hear all Governor boys games here on River 92.7 this season. Here's Aharts, who stops on the right block, has to force one up with a shot clock running down. No good. Stevens with a rebound, but the Governors take away the outlet pass from Dilgis. Dilgis with the steal, that is. Then Pierre down to the baseline, and Stevens with another knockaway. So, it'll be Pierre basketball still. Underneath to our right, off the right side of the key. Aharts gets it back. Almost traveled with it, but picks it up. Terwilliger, he'll fire from 15 feet. Right side, that comes up a little bit short. And the rebound is down to Andrew Zimmerman with 3 fouls to start the second half. Anders Christensen, Seth Paugh, Grayson Paulson, and Lucas Marcus, the starting 5. For Stevens all out there here in the second half. Christensen wants to shoot the threes, but he misses this one. He's missed 6 in a row now. Terwilliger rebounds. Now Terwilliger posts up, fed by Austin, but Cooper cannot get these bunnies to go. This one rims in and out, even off the glass. Tough break for Coop. Meanwhile, the Raiders working underneath, and the Governors will knock it away. Cooper Terwilliger 0 for 7 now on the floor. It's first night issues that just need to be worked out. 6:15 to play, third quarter. Stevens with a 2-0 start to this second half so far. Governor lead is 5 at 30-25. Again, welcoming those who have been listening to Justin Coward's call of the Governor girls game from Riggs High Gym tonight, won by Stevens. Down low to the baseline, the floater here for Christensen, no good. Terwilliger pulls down his 10th rebound of the night, but here's Christensen stealing a pass in the backcourt. Penetrates, kicks out, and Grayson Paulson will hit the 3. 5 in a row for the Raiders on their home court to start the second half. A 7-point Governor lead at halftime, now down to 2 at 30-28. Logan Whitty on the drive, and the Red Sea opens up for him. He'll take it to the rack and score. First bucket for the second half, Governors. Set up in mostly 2-3 here. Whitty along with Caden Aharts, Lincoln Dilgis, Cooper Terwilliger, Corday Austin with 13 points in the first half. The starting 5 for the Govs. Nice reverse here, right to left and under the basket. Andrew Zimmerman able to put one home, 32-30. Governors by 2. Aharts in front of the Pierre Governor bench. And he'll come back out and reset. Under 5 minutes to play in the quarter. Having folks stay up late a little bit later here on a Friday night with this game played in the Mountain Time Zone. Glad to have you aboard. Hope you join us all season long. Loose ball. Aharts with some over pursuit is able to drive, but he'll pull up on the baseline and miss. Now up ahead, and this is Marcus, fed by Anders Christensen. Fast break basket for Rapid City Stevens, and lo and behold, we've got a tie ball game at 32-32. Governors will take a timeout with 4:23 in the third quarter of play. Fourth tie of this game, but our first one since the first period. And we'll pause for 60 seconds in this Coca-Cola timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Hi, timeouts once again brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Kind of a chilly night, but still always a good night for an ice cold Coke or Coke product. 32-32, Stevens with a 9-2 advantage so far here to start the third quarter of play. After the Governors had a 13-0 advantage at one point throughout the end of the first and through the early parts of the second quarter. Back in the first half, Pierre trying to get momentum back on the green side here. First pass knocked away by Seth Paugh. The Governors have it back as Aharts tries to get around Marcus. Penetrates underneath. He'll kick out. Free ball is good for Corday Austin. Corday's second three of the night. And Aharts to Austin right on the money. Here's a highlight play for the Governors trying to take this lead back. But Grayson Paulson, say it again, he never met a shot he didn't like. He hits his second three of the night. He's missed a whole bunch, but he hits this one from deep on the right wing. 3 against 3. 3 for the Govs, 3 for the Raiders. Aharts battling inside, and as a loose rebound gets away, Aharts will be the last to touch. It'll be Stevens basketball. Aharts battling quite a bit in the early goings. He's going to check out. He got schmucked in the schnoz as well as Jaron Deal checks in. Tie basketball game, our 5th tie of the night. 35-35. Stevens can take their first lead since 16-14 in the first. Paulson wants another one. This one from the left corner. No good. Uriah Janice is there with an offensive rebound. Just checked back in. Kicks out. Paugh tries a 3 and is unable to hit. So the Governors with a rebound this time, moving the other way. Now it's Whitty for 3. Right corner to our right. No good. Dill just rebounds and then puts it back up. But Darren Deal with the offensive rebound and the putback. Or maybe that's an assist. Actually, Deal did try to shoot, was falling away. Here's a three-pointer that ends in a foul, and that'll send Grayson Paulson to the free throw line. So some good hustle for the Governors, and Deal, who gives the Govs the lead back at 37-35. But Paulson can give the Raiders the lead again. If he hits 3 free throws, then he'll be granted here. Jaron Deal with the foul is his 3rd personal. He's the only one from Pierre who is in any kind of foul trouble tonight. In fact, the Governors, I've only got them at 5 fouls total in this entire game. And Deal has 3 of them. Andrew Zimmerman has 3 so far for the Raiders. Meanwhile, at the free throw line, Grayson Paulson getting 3. He misses the first, cans the second, and the third. So he'll go 2 for 3, and we've got another tie. 37-37. 2:43. We're in the third quarter. Cubs will set it up with Austin. Now left to right. To the right wing. Deal. Underneath Terwilliger. Kicks out. Whitty through for 3. That's off the mark. But the rebound is tipped. And there's Terwilliger to collect it again. Now Deal breaks the legs of the defender, and he slices in and lays it up and in. Jaron Deal 5 for 5 on the floor, 39-37. Governors, and he'll get a rebound after Paulson tries yet another 3. How about this reverse for Corday Austin? Deal up ahead to Austin, who went up on the right side. He did that Michael Jordan thing, switching it to his left hand, reverses it home. And the Governors with 4 in a row. There's a right-on-the-money highlight play from Corday Austin individually as the Governors win in the fast break. Now the loose ball underneath, and Hank Hansen will lose it out of bounds. And the Governors have scored on the last 2 possessions. They lead 41-37, and they'll get it back after Stevens turns it over for the 9th time tonight, 2nd in the second half. Bit of a revolving door here for Brandon Yellowrobe and the Stevens Raiders. Paulson will check out as he tries to get hot here. He's already scored 8 points with a couple of threes in the second half. Loose ball run down by Aharts, and as he gets to it, he'll take a push by Hansen. That'll be a foul on the Raiders, just their first as a team here in the second half, or in the third period more specifically. Clock stops at 1:47 to play, third quarter. Austin had another right on the money highlight play, though. Those are brought to you in our broadcast by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Another inbound knocked back to Aharts. They'll get it into Whitty this time, into the backcourt. Now left to right across the time stripe. Dangerous pass, but Dill just gets it on the sideline. Up top, Austin to Deal for three. Jaron Deal with the long one. He and Austin playing well together. The Govs run off 7 straight, and the touchdown has them up 44-37. Dilgis will take a pass away in the lane, and we'll head back in the Governor direction. Over pursuit from Janice gives the Governors a momentary advantage. Now the cut down the lane, and Aharts misses, but he'll pick up the foul. Deal finds him on the move, and Caden Aharts will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Foul here is
number 5, Aharts, 2 shots.
Is number 3 for Tate Van Beek off the bench. For the Raiders, Aharts. Good stroke from the stripe. First of 2 is good. 45-37. Aharts will look for one more. Second team foul for the Raiders. Just 1:11 to go, third quarter. This one will get the good shooter's touch. 9-2 start in the quarter for the Raiders. Now countered by a 9-0 run here by the Governors. And a lot of action out near half court. An opportunity for a layup, but Janice will miss the reverse on the left side. Corday Austin with the ball. Taken to the floor. And they'll just call it a jump ball. It's Pierre's possession on the alternating arrow. As we enter the final minute of quarter number 3. Not a pretty, not the prettiest of ball games, but I tell you what, these guys have been ready to play since practice started a couple of weeks ago, and they're showing it. I think on both teams, there's been a lot of excitement from both teams. Turnaround for Dilgis off the mark from 14 feet. Janice will rebound. Raiders up ahead. Governors get it, and a save attempt from Deal, who climbs the bleachers in the far corner, but a jump ball caught simultaneously by players from both teams, and Stevens has the possession arrow this time. Dilgis will check out. Cooper Terwilliger's been out for a bit. He's back in. Mostly to defend right now. Logan Whitty is out for the Governors in favor of Sincere Wilson, the 5'11 senior. 46-37, Govs by 9 as the inbound from the Raiders gets out to center circle. They'll go to Seth Paw, right side, working against Jaron Deal. Back it out. Hansen to Anders Christensen. Now Paw, quick fire line drive 3. I don't think that ever got over the rim, but Terwilliger grazes, he gets the rebound as it grazes off the front of the rim. 11 seconds left. Aharts drives, feeds underneath Terwilliger. Bunny, no good left side. That's the story of his night. Rebound is down to Van Beek. The running 3, no good. And another opportunity for Van Beek goes through his hands. That's the end of the third quarter of play. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors up the lead to 9. And they've again, in fact, scored the last 9 points in this game. It's Pierre 46 and the Stevens Raiders 37. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's pause for 1 minute. We'll go to the fourth. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Winter programs start now at Grossenberg Implement. The Cold Start program is here to help you get ready before the deep freeze hits. Now's the perfect time to check your block heaters, coolant freeze points, and batteries. The top reason they get service calls every winter. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by your local Grossenberg Implement or call them today and they'll come out and check your equipment for you. Keep your operation running strong this winter with Grossenberg Implement Service, the other half of a great product.
What if we
Welcome back
said...
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Team at Stevens High, Rapid City, South Dakota. The Governors, who saw the Raiders open that second half with a 9-2 run, end up scoring the last 9 points of quarter number 3, breaking a 37-37 tie. And we're at 46-37. Pierre with the first possession of quarter number 4. And it's Corday Austin driving from the near side into the lane. But it is Christensen who will get him with the contact and pick up his second personal foul. Uriah Janice going to get a quick exit 13 seconds into the quarter. Jace Gingras will take his place. High jump for Austin as he gets the inbound from Ahart. A little bit of a pump fake, and then he tries to shoot, but Gingras gets him on the wrist. Nope, that's another one for Christensen, in fact. Back-to-back fouls in just 4 seconds' time for Anders Christensen. So a few players with 3 fouls to their credit so far tonight. This one puts Austin at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First one comes up short, though. Off the front of the rim. Governors so far, you see some athleticism. You certainly see some ability with this bunch. You still kind of expect them to be a work in progress, but so far so good. They score their 10th point in a row as Corday Austin puts the second free throw home. 47-37, 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Still a long way to go. Governors will have to keep defending, and they're doing one here as Dilgis trying to pick a pass off. And then in the chase, as Dilgis hits the deck, this is Gingras who puts him to the floor. Officials had to get in there to break up a bit of a skirmish. I don't know what was said or about to be done there. Didn't really see anything starting to materialize, but it's a foul to Gingras, his first. And before we continue, we'll have a timeout. Mr. Kirkaby has a chat with Logan Whitty of the Governors. Meanwhile, 7:24 to go. This is a Coca-Cola timeout in our broadcast. The Governors up by 10, and we pause for 1 minute. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
Bank isn't a place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Here's setting it up. Backdoor pass from Whitty to Austin. Had the makings of an alley-oop, but Austin stayed on the floor all the way through. Terwilliger will fight for a rebound off of Corday Austin's first miss on the floor inside the arc. But Terwilliger will lose it out of bounds. It'll be Raider basketball. Just 1 point so far in the fourth quarter, scored by the Governors, who lead by 10, which I believe is their biggest of the night. Stevens will try to get something going here. Seth Paugh, top of the key as they move from right to left. Anders Christensen far side, back to Paugh in the middle of the top once again. Christensen down low. Dill just reaches up high, tips a pass. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Raiders in the corner. And 15 on the shot clock. Three starters out there for the Raiders. They get into Tate Van Beek. He'll feed to Seth Paugh. This one is good from long range. Van Beek with the assist. Seth Paugh with his first field goal of the second half. He leads with with 13 points for the Raiders. 47-40. Here is Austin. Terwilliger top of the key. Now to Logan Whitty. Caden Aharts. All governors are out there. All the governors that are out there are starters. Hard screen here as Austin fumbles the pickup of the dribble, taken away by Andrew Zimmerman. Turnover number 11 for Pierre. Second half has been much cleaner, really, for both teams, I would say. A foul called on the Govs here underneath the basket. This goes on Aharts. A foul on the floor, just his second personal. First team foul in the fourth quarter for Pierre. 6:05 to go. Trying to protect the 7-point advantage. The inbound comes to Paul. He's wide open, but he airballs this one. Terwilliger was trying to body up against Zimmerman. He never saw it coming. That ball went right over the top of the rim and hit Cooper Terwilliger in the face and is knocked out of bounds. And Stevens gets to keep it. He'll get it into Christensen this time. Work it up top of the key. Left elbow Zimmerman throws it through the hands of a leaping Drayson Paulson on the far sideline. That's out of bounds. And the Raiders, like the Govs, have 11 turnovers unofficially tonight. 5:54 left. Here offense got to keep things going. Stevens loves to shoot the threes, and they haven't had a great percentage. They're about 28% through three quarters, but certainly if they get hot, that's the way. That's probably the way they would love to try to get back in this game. Alley-oop, backside, and it's put up and in from Lincoln Dilgis. Fed by Caden Aharts. A good look there, a right on the money highlight hookup. Sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. 9-point edge to the Govs. Pick up of the loose ball underneath. Gingras will put it up and in. Essentially a right-handed reverse. Good play there for Gingras. He was kind of off balance, but showed a lot of poise in collecting that, putting it back in. 7-point lead to the Govs again. 49-42. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth, and Whitty has his pocket picked by Seth Paugh. Up ahead to Christensen, high off the glass, and it's good. The layup finish, turnover into points. 4 in a row now for Stevens, and we've got a 5-point game again. 49-44. There's Terwilliger, and there's a bunny. He'll put it home. Aharts with another dish this time. Cooper T has had trouble getting the bunnies to finish, but this time he gets one to go. His third and fourth points of the night. 2 big ones as the Govs lead by 7. There's another nice, tough play made on the run by Seth Paugh. Floater in from the middle of the lane. 51-46. Stevens within 5 again. Aharts left to right across the timeline. Can't get it to Austin. Austin will get it from Logan Whitty instead. Horde lost it, gets it back. Here's Whitty. Whitty steps back, fires a 3 and hits it. Swish for Logan Whitty. His first bomb of the night, his second field goal of overall 5 points. That's 3 big ones to put the Governors up by 8 again. 3-possession game with 3:45 to go. This 3-pointer's off the mark by Christensen. The rebound on the backside to Lincoln Dilgis. Govs move it up ahead. Terwilliger down to the right block. Kicks it back. Aharts for 3. Too strong. Off the glass, in fact. Rebound down to Paugh. They'll push it up ahead. Paulson left side. They get it back to Paugh with another pass, and that is good to feed to Christensen. 3-pointer down for Seth Paugh, his 4th of the night, and a team high 18 on the board for the Raiders. 3:10 to go. 5-point lead again. Was at his cut. Here's Christensen against Austin. Anders Christensen with the push. That'll be his 4th personal. And Brandon Yellow Robe will quickly send Lucas Marcus back in to take Christensen's place. That's 4 team fouls for Stevens. The Governors, after the throw-in here, will officially be in the bonus the rest of the way. Govs only have 1 team foul as they try to preserve and add to a 5-point lead. Terwilliger spins. He scores. No. They'll call him on a travel, and you can hear the Governor fans behind us in vehement disagreement. But again, and we saw this something, I think the officials have to look more closely at the pivot plays like that. It's a good basketball move, but technically they're saying it is a travel. And that's the call here. Here's a three for Paulson. Battle for the rebound as Dill just comes down with it, and he hits the turf hard. Oh, sorry, that's a football term. He hits the hardwood hard this time. And then is fouled. So a great rebound there for Dilgis. Off of another missed three, the foul goes against Lucas Marcus. He'll be the fourth Stevens Raider with 3 personals at least in this game. We walk to the other end. And Lincoln Dilgis in the double bonus. Of course, they're all double bonuses. First one is up and good. 7th point for Link. You look for one more. That one gives the Govs a 6-point edge. Second one. Nope, too strong this time. And the rebound is pulled down by Marcus. 55-49, cut it in half. Paulson, no. On the backside, a block shot here, no. Whitty is called for a foul. Offensive rebound to Gingras. He let that ball go, and I thought Logan Whitty got in there with a clean block and no contact whatsoever, but there is a foul called, and Gingras will go to the free throw line. And he shoots 2. The first one is too strong, no good. Still 55-49, 2:35 to play. That's only 2 fouls as a team for the Governors. Cooper Terwilliger going to catch a break here, as it is Austin who is back in. Deal, Aharts, Dilgis, and Whitty join. Second free throw good for Gingras, his 3rd point of the night. He'll be subbed out, I believe. Out he goes. Anders Christensen with 4 fouls back in. Tate Van Beek will check in for Drayson Paulson, so maybe one of their top shooters checking out. Back to a 5-point lead for the Governors at 55-50. Man pressure shown by the Raiders here. Aharts up the near side, gets back to the middle of the court as he crosses the time stripe, but he picks up his dribble. Finds Whitty on the far side. Now Jaron Deal. Out in front of us. Governors may try to choose some time, but they need some production at the same time. Trailing the pass and the play here is Marcus, who will knock one out of bounds to the Governors sub-varsities. To our right, with 14 on the shot clock, Aharts will throw in from the right side of the key. Underneath the basket, looking in the lane. He finds Austin, though, out on the wing. Corday with it. Inside it goes to Dilgis. Backing his way in. Needs some help. 4 to shoot. Aharts drives, floats, and it's good. He puts the floater home. Caden Aharts with a big basket. Back to a 3-possession lead for the Governors. 57-50, under 2 minutes to play. On the move is Marcus as he splits defenders and lays it home from the right side. Back and forth we go, a 5-point lead again. Doubling up on the pressure here. We got a backcourt foul. It'll go to Tate Van Beek. That'll be his 4th, and the Governors will head to the free throw line. Logan Whitty with his first free throw opportunities coming up. 57-52 our score. Good ball game here to start the season. Thought it would be a good matchup. It certainly has. 2 very evenly matched teams. I still imagine 2 teams that will probably end up in the bottom half of the standings. I hope they both can prove me wrong. Logan Whitty at the free throw stripe. First one's good. Second one forthcoming. 6-point lead again. Make it 7. 2 for 2 for Logan Whitty. 5 points in the 4th quarter. 7 on the night. 59-52. Paw fumbles the dribble, and now a takeaway. Saved by Deal into the hands of Corday Austin, but he'll be called for a carry, and they'll give it right back. Aaron Deal with a great hustle play to get it back in the Governor's favor briefly. But Stevens has it again, trailing 59-52, under 90 seconds to play. Paw, open, top of the key, no, off the mark, right side, and the rebound is down to Pierre. Caden Aharts has it. Seth Paw has hit 4 threes tonight. His pass gets away. Deal saves it, but it's taken away by Paulson and the Raiders. Up ahead. Block shot there. Lincoln Dilgis. The miss to Marcus. And the Governor's underneath as Aharts is double teamed against the sideline, and he wisely and alertly calls his own timeout. Job well done there by Caden Aharts, as this will just be the third used by the Governors. Let's pause for 30 seconds. This Coca-Cola timeout. Pierre will take 60. In fact, we better take 60 ourselves. It's 59-52 and even 1 minute to go in Pierre Governor basketball.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
City. Fun ball game, 59-52. Lincoln Dilgis to inbound. He fakes a long pass, but he keeps it short to Corday Austin. Loose ball as Anders Christensen comes away with a steal. And now you've got a jump ball. And the officials will get into separate parties. The possession arrow stays with Stevens. It'll be a steal for Christensen. And now Coach Yellowrobe will take a Stevens timeout with 54 seconds left. Let's pause for another 60-second Coke break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Pests don't
Welcome
wait.
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
A.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
Second timeout used by the Stevens squad here. They've got 3 to go. The Governors have 2 yet to use, as Pierre leads this one 59-52. We're in the final minute of regulation. 50 seconds as the Raiders inbound underneath their own basket. They've got it out top to our left. Grayson Paulson, the shooter, is in there, but he comes up short. And Stevens with an offensive board. Marcus can't get the putback in the lane, though. And Jaron Deal with the rebound this time. Now Stevens working to get a takeaway, and they do. Marcus with the steal, the drive, and the layup for Seth Paw, and it's good. And another timeout claimed by the Raiders. The hustling defense cuts it to 5. The help of a layup to finish. 28.6 ticks to go. This time we pause for 30 seconds in this Coca-Cola timeout. Back with more Pierre Governor Basketball.
Neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Wow, Bill,
you're back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
On your official voice of the Governors, we are River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre, a member of DRG Media Group, driven by the Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to put the phone down and focus on driving. Cooper Terwilliger to inbound. Coming near side in front of the Raider bench, and everybody on the Raiders side saw perhaps Caden Aharts be the last to touch it, or maybe they were just begging, but it stays with Pierre. The Raiders have really stepped up their defense, especially in the full court press, which they are employing right now. Whitty, and he was fouled by Christensen. And he's kind of shaking his head against Shane Godlob, but that's going to be Anders Christensen's fifth personal foul. He will be dismissed from competition here tonight with 9 points. And 21.2 seconds to play in regulation. Still a 5-point Pierre lead. And Logan Whitty with a chance to advance on that. Whitty to the stripe. First one, no problem. One down, one to go. As we come into this season, I'll just be honest, Logan Whitty, I think, has been one player that I've just been itching to get a good look at. I saw him do a lot of fun things in JV competition last year. And he is 4 for 4 from the stripe here in the fourth quarter now. Govs lead 61-54. Loose ball. This is picked up by Dilgis. Had a foul from Marcus. And Lincoln Dilgis will head back the other way. Not sure if somebody else tipped a pass or something, but I looked up and Lincoln Dilgis came up with a loose basketball. So he gets 2. Stevens has had Pierre in the bonus since about 3 minutes left in this fourth quarter. We're now just under 15 seconds to go. Dilgis. He is all wrist when he shoots free throws. Sometimes he's right on, but this one comes up short as he arched it a little bit high early on. Second free throw. It's to the front of the rim, and it will crawl across with a good rotation. 2 for 4 for Dilgis on the stripe. The Governors lead by 8. And Stevens is going to lose one out of bounds on the way up, and that should just about do it. 11 and a half seconds to go. The Governors are going to start 1-0 on the season. Corday Austin with the inbound here. Seth Paw still defending, and officials are going to confer. Shane Godlob was maybe shielded by Austin, but what happened was Austin dribbled it. Paw gets a knockaway, and then it is kicked out of bounds by Corday Austin. So it's Stevens' ball, but only 5 seconds to go. They'll miss a fadeaway from Paulson. There's a Jaron Deal rebound, and there's the final horn. And the Pierre Governors start this 2025-26 basketball season with one in the left-hand column. It's a Governor victory. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard: Governors 62 and the Stevens Raiders 54. The Stevens will start 0-1 here on opening night. Governors with a good performance here tonight. We'll talk all about it, but your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Remember to use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 3 minutes, and our Family Dental postgame will be next. Tune in to Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. Your Family Dental postgame coming up. We'll get a chat with Larry Aker, the victorious Governor head coach in his first game as Governor head coach, coming up in our postgame. The full recap, your Hermanson Endodontics big plays of the game, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game to be announced, all part of your Family Dental post game. When we come back in 3 minutes on a Governor victory tonight here on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Are you gonna take me home tonight?
Welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium in Rapid City. The Governors claim a first night victory, 62-54 over the Stevens Raiders. And as we kind of recap this one, we saw a back and forth first quarter of play with 3 ties and 3 lead changes, but the Governors kind of took control in that second quarter, scoring all told a 13-0 offensive run that had them up and helped them to a 7-point lead at the end of the first half at 30-23. Stevens started the second half with a 9-2 run that tied the score at 32-32. There were a couple more ties along the way for a total of 6, but the Governors never did relinquish that lead in the second half. And after it was 37-37, 9 points in a row scored by the Govs to go up 46-37 at the end of 3. And they played most of the fourth quarter trying to, preserve a single-digit lead. They did have a 16-point lead at one point. I take that back. As I'm writing the number 16, that's how many points the Govs scored in the fourth quarter. They had a 10-point lead at one point. That was the biggest they had throughout. But much of that fourth quarter, Stevens was staying with the Governors, but only within 5 or 7. We traded baskets and points quite a bit. The Governors ultimately win it by 8 at 62-54. So a good, hard-fought win for the first W on the season. Coach Larry Aker, we see, is already making his way up here, and we'll get the mic on him in just a moment. to chat about this. Once again, welcome to your Family Dental postgame. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. And the Governors led, I should say, 18-16 at the end of one quarter. They led 30-23 at halftime, 46-37 to close that third quarter. And again, as biggest lead of 10, ends up with a final margin of 8. And I turned myself off. Let's turn the coach on. Larry Aker, welcome aboard. And hey, congratulations on your first win as a Governor head coach. It wasn't easy, and nobody said it was. Nobody expected it to be, but I think we knew you had a pretty good matchup in this first game. Team you matched up well against, and you're the team that comes out of here making more plays and a good way to start the season.
Yeah, I thought. The kids battled. We had a couple. Start of the third quarter, didn't start the way we wanted to, and then a little stretch there at the end in the fourth that we didn't execute. But it's all a learning curve for them, and if they're not used to being in that situation, which most of them aren't, there's only one way you're going to learn, and so it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. And we really preached about just doing our job. And start of the third quarter, we didn't do our job. We made a couple just little mistakes, and so kind of got after them a little bit about if you just simply just do your job. I mean, it sounds silly, but it's if everybody does their job, it makes things easy.
Yeah,
or easier, I should say. Nothing is easy, but and they turned it around, and then Jaron was big off the bench. Hit a couple threes, and just there's a couple learning curves though. We gotta know when we have numbers and know when we don't, in transition. But overall, very pleased with the way we played on both ends of the floor.
Two stretches in this game, you had nice scoring runs. I had you at 13 in a row to finish the first and start the second. That gives you the momentum. The momentum swung quite a bit in this game, but certainly as you talk about the way the third quarter started, but you finished on a 9-0 run, and now you got a 9-point lead. And, I think you learn a little bit, too, by the way Steven steps up in that full court presence and in trying to chip back, but you guys by and large did what was necessary in preserving a victory, making enough free throws as well. 7 of 10 in the fourth quarter, in fact, something to sing about as well. Just a lot of good things for a first night performance, even though you expect a lot of messiness too.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew going in that I tell them all the time that basketball is not a game of perfection. Nobody's ever played a perfect game. So it's okay. You just got to play with that. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And everybody makes mistakes. The biggest or the greatest players in the world make mistakes on any given night. So you can't let that get you down. You got to, whoever can recover the fastest of next play mentality is usually going to win the game, because they can get over those little mistakes and finish.
Talked about before the game about what kind of system you wanted. You wanted to establish the post presence, and I don't know that really came until the second quarter. You really started getting those offensive rebounds pulled down. They're tough to put back sometimes, and that was the case here tonight. But I think you still were able to get enough of a bit of a post game going. But obviously the transition, and I think you did a better job, maybe a little bit more than Stevens, on points off turnovers, and that was a big part of the transition game tonight too.
Yeah, I thought we were very efficient in the transition game, and there was a couple times we didn't score a bucket, but for the most part, we made good decisions when we got into transition. I felt bad for Coop down low. Yeah. I felt like they were just hanging on him, and they weren't playing defense. They were just leaning on him, and I was trying to beg. I'm like, what does he have to do? Like, you call it, like, if he leaned on somebody down here, they'd fall over. Like, you would call that. So just because he's a big kid and can hold his own, a strong kid, that shouldn't change it. And they let him play, let him be physical. And he finally saw the ball go through the hoop. So, that he had a little easy look down here that he missed, and he was pretty upset with himself. But again, we talked about you got to have next play mentality. If you're beating yourself up about that, that's all you're going to think about, and you're just going to keep missing. So you just got to see the ball go in, and he finally did. So,
and he's going to have to expect that kind of a play, that kind of defense against him all season long.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Sure.
And we caught him a couple times. They were, looking to double him, and I know Jaron hit a 3 down here when we were running a special set that when they do look to double the post, that we can go to that double stagger, and Jaron was able to knock one down. So he definitely attracts the crowd, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I think that obviously the foul numbers really did weigh heavily in your favor. In fact, they were only 3 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. Now, foul numbers, the way they were, does that mean you want to be still more aggressive and still, at least be more in their face, or are you comfortable with the way that game went tonight?
I'm comfortable. A couple times we didn't slow the ball down, and that's the whole thing is we just want to kind of, get in our press and make them handle it, force them to just, make a mistake. We're not necessarily looking for a steal, but if the opportunity is there, we can take one, but just kind of slow it down and make them think about that 10-second call a little bit. And then, it's kind of hard when you get, you have 20, all of a sudden you have 20 seconds on the shot clock and you're trying to get organized. So I'm good with that. Just a couple times we let them get the ball in the middle, and we didn't adjust it right. But again, they've only been running this stuff for, roughly a while. We didn't put the press in until late last week. So about 5 days. So they're doing pretty good on just a few reps. So.
Absolutely. And the rebounding is going to be good. It was kind of an evenly rebounded game, but obviously with a lot of missed shots, you get a lot of opportunities there. A lot of good things tonight, and hopefully you keep those going. Rapid City Central tomorrow. I think in the last couple of years, Central has been a little bit better, a little more talented than Stevens. I expect that to be the case tomorrow, but there's still a lot of similarities when you look at Stevens and Central, and maybe you get the same kind of game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think about the same size lineup. I do know, one of their returning starters, is not on the roster, so I'm not sure what happened there. But again, at least we're going in kind of knowing a little more about them because they have the same returning coach. So we'll look at some film tonight and see how their game with Aberdeen went and make a game plan, for tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach Hay has been there a long time. In fact, he started here too, so he certainly is a veteran name and a veteran coach. Coach, congratulations on your first win tonight, and a quick look at the score, just so you know. Rapid City Central beat Aberdeen 66-38, so that's a pretty impressive start for them. Again, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
That's Larry Aker, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, first victory in his first try as the Govs win it tonight, 62-54. Let's take another 3-minute timeout. More of our Family Dental postgame coming up. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
The Dental postgame continues. Welcome back to Stevens High. The Governors on top of the Raiders tonight, 62-54 to start 1-0. And as we were just talking with Coach Larry Aker, across town, it is Rapid City Central handling Aberdeen Central 66-38. Here are the other boys' scores in South Dakota tonight. Back east, O'Gorman beats defending champion Brandon Valley 48-41. Sioux Falls Roosevelt over Jefferson by 5, 63-58. Number one ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln beats Washington 66-59. Harrisburg beats the Bucks in Yankton tonight 54-46. Watertown in the back end of a doubleheader is going to the fourth quarter with a comfortable lead over Brookings 52-28. Good game going on in T, South Dakota tonight. The Titans lead Huron 55-53. They've got 2 minutes left in regulation there. And the back end of a doubleheader out west. Out here, it's Spearfish leading in the Black Hills Conference 38-17 over Belle Fourche. The first game of that one goes to Spearfish 50-33. Tonight, Aberdeen Central's girls beat Rapid City Central 53-32. Easy win there for the Golden Eagles. And also T area over Huron in girls hoops 64-46. Brookings beat Watertown in overtime 43-41. Harrisburg over Yankton 60-38. Sioux Falls Washington cruises over Sioux Falls Lincoln 57-12. It was Jefferson over Roosevelt 59-48. And if you missed it earlier on KGFX tonight, the Pierre Governors fall in their first game of the season to Rapid City Stevens, 59-27. Stevens has blown out the Governors now for the season opening game for 3 seasons in a row. But Govs still have some good things to look forward to and a good matchup tomorrow against Rapid City Central. More on that later. Here's how this one went as Pierre gets a boys victory at Stevens tonight. And again, early on, at the end of the first quarter, the Governors started a run that went into the second that kind of gave them a little bit of control. They lost that control in the third quarter, but they regained it by the time the third quarter came to an end, and they held the lead throughout the fourth quarter. Pierre goes 10 of 21 on the floor in the second half unofficially. Overall, 21 out of 48 on the floor, 4 of 10 from outside the arc, 9 of 12 from the free throw line in the second half, and 14 out of 23 overall. With 5 players, make that 6 in the scoring column. They went 7 deep tonight. That's one thing. Depth is not going to be a friend to the Governors, at least not early on in the season. But the 6'3 senior Corday Austin leads Pierre with 19 points. And then Jaron Deal with a big 3 and 14 points off the bench comes up big as well. Logan Whitty with 9, including 7 of those in the fourth quarter, 4 of 4 in crunch time from the free throw line for Logan Whitty as well. Caden Aharts and Lincoln Dilgis both chip in 8, and Cooper Terwilliger held in check tonight with 4 points as those bunnies just weren't falling. Maybe they will tomorrow afternoon. 62 on the board for the Governors. For Rapid City Stevens, who goes 12 of 26 on the floor in the second half, 21 of 55 overall. But get this, 9 3-pointers made in 32 tries. People love the long ball sometimes, but a big number for Stevens was 3 of 6 from the free throw line. The Governors outscore Rapid City Stevens 14-3 from the stripe. Stevens is led by Seth Paugh with a game-high 20 points. This kid can play. 5'11 senior, and he'll lead all scorers. He hit 4 threes for the Raiders tonight to lead the way. Drayson Paulson, who had 3 threes in 16 attempts, will come in with 11 points. Anders Christensen with 9. Andrew Zimmerman and Lucas Marcus with 4 each as it drops off from there, and 3-pointers put down also for Uriah Janice off the bench. Jace Gingras had a field goal and a free throw himself for 3 points throughout this game. Pierre wins at 62-54. Pierre with a 35-31 rebounding advantage overall, including 12 by Cooper Terwilliger unofficially. Stevens has a 12-11 offensive rebounding edge, though. Pierre turns it over 17 times compared to 14 for the Raiders, but I do have the Govs at a 12-10 advantage in the assist column tonight. 3 ties, 6 lead changes. Check that. That's 6 ties and 3 lead changes in this game, but the Governors never did trail from the second quarter on in this game, even though there were 3 more ties in this one. Pierre wins it 62-54. And they win it with the help of, first of all, right on the money highlight plays from Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. But one of those plays might be our big play of the night. Your big plays of the game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics. Let's hear from them. And your big plays are next. This is Governor Basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game, and there were some plays individually, but I'm kind of looking at the big picture in this one. And the Governors, and another point we talked with Coach Aker about was the 2 times that Pierre maintained or took momentum, and that was the 13-0 run in the first half over the course of the end of the first and most of the second quarter. 13-0 run that helped them to a 7-point halftime lead. But after Stevens hit the 9-2 run to start the second half, Pierre scores the last 9 points of the third quarter. And that's a comfortable margin when it's 46-37, and both teams evenly matched, and the Governors never had that lead fall less than 5 the rest of the way. They win it by 8, thanks in large part to that 9-point run to close out the third quarter. Big threes from Jaron Deal, also another one from Corday Austin in the third quarter to help that rally. Logan Whitty with a big fourth quarter, also making big plays in our game, which is brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And, of course, players of the game to talk about. I'm going to pat the back of Seth Paugh to lead the way for Rapid City Stevens. 20 points. Like I say, only 2 starters returning on this team. He is one of them. I think Lucas Marcus was the other one. But Paugh with 4 threes and a 20-point night, and he's got a lot of other stats in this game as well. Steals, even rebounds, and he's dishing out assists as well. He played a great game tonight. He's going to be one to watch for the Raiders throughout the season. But the Governors have some player of the game nominees, and we'll talk about them. But let's hear from our player of the game sponsor. That's Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fall means hunting, sporting events, school activities. It means busy. Delicious, on-the-go, fresh foods from Cowboy Country Stores make life easy. Delight in the Champs Chicken Tenders special. 6 tenders, just $8. 8 for $10 and 10 for $12. Add delicious sides and you're set. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken.
Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. And again, the Governors with 2 double-figure scores. They really had good production throughout. And right now, the Governors are basically a 7-deep team. So there's going to be some room for improvement on that. And hopefully they'll get more involved. Maybe they get more people involved in the contest tomorrow. But Jaron Deal was big off the bench with 14 points, but throughout, and I think the leader of this season is going to have to be Corday Austin, 6'3" senior. He was 5 for 5 through the first 3 quarters before missing one inside the arc in that fourth quarter, but 2 of 3 from outside the arc. He was 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Corday is going to be a big key for the Governor's success this season, and he'll finish with 19 points to lead the Govs. He is tonight's player of the game, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. We get him a shirt noting his accomplishments, leading the Governors to a first night victory, 62-54 over the Stevens Raiders. Governor girls fall tonight, 59-27. They host Rapid City Central at Riggs High Gym tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Justin Cowart will have his call on that one starting at 12:30 on KGFX, 1060 AM, 103.1 FM. And we'll head to Nas Gymnasium here in Rapid City tomorrow afternoon as well. It's 12:30 Mountain, 1:30 Central. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock with a pregame tomorrow, 1:30 Central Time tip-off. And we hope you can join us. Caleb Brozick will be there doing live video, and you can rewatch this one thanks to Live Tickets. Video of this one from drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, the DRG News app, and also the GoGovs Live YouTube feed. That's the easiest way to find the rebroadcast in this one. So once again, join us tomorrow. By the way, the Rapid City Invitational is going on out here in Rapid City. The Pierre Governor boys sit third behind Sturgis, Watertown, and what? Winter? Caleb Brozick's Winter Warriors. They've got a good season coming up. They're third. In fact, it's Sturgis at 118, Watertown 106.5, Winter 99, Pierre 98, Aberdeen and Bismarck are both at 93. So that's the Governor boys. Governor girls, I tried to go to the girls standings. They've only got Sturgis in that for some reason. So I'm not sure how the girls are doing. Hopefully the girls are doing just fine themselves out here in the Rapid City Invite. That's at the Monument, but we're at Nas Gym at Central High tomorrow. So join us once again at 1 o'clock. For those on the road, reminder, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all to think twice. In case of ice, slow down. You've got some place to be. We did battle some snow and ice on the way out here. We expect to battle some more on the way home tomorrow. In fact, I think I'll stay till Sunday. Once again, for William Wilson in studio, Caleb Brozick at side on camera duty for Live Ticket. I'm Brian Oakland. Your final score as the Governors start the season with a victory. It's Pierre 62 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders 54. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll see you tomorrow with Pierre Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ram Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental,